Well, welcome back. I feel like I have an encouraging word for all of us as we remember the story about the three Jewish men. Their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were in Babylon. They were out of their comfort zone, out of their own country. King Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king, had set up a golden image of himself. At the sound of the trumpets and the playing of the musical instruments, everyone was to bow. If they didn't bow, they were going to be cast into a fiery furnace. Well, there were three faithful men to God, these three men. And when everyone else bowed, they refused to bow and to give in to fear. They were brought before the king, and the king essentially gave them another chance. And he said, when the musical instruments play, this time, why don't you bow down? Basically, they told the king, sir, we don't even need to think about what our response will be if we're given another chance. Here's what they said as we look at Daniel chapter 3, verse 17. Our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the furnace of blazing fire. And he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But even if he does not, let it be known to you, O king, that we are not going to serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. Oh, what faith they had expressed. They said, God's going to see us through this. We know that. But king, just so you know, even if he doesn't see us through, we still wouldn't bow our knee to you. That was their loyalty and their faithfulness to God. See, they didn't give into what everyone else was giving into at the time, responding out of fear, but they walked in faith. Well, they were cast into that fiery furnace, which had been made so hot that the servants of the king that threw these three men into the furnace were actually smitten by the heat, and they fell down dead. But here's what it said, that the three men were cast into the fiery furnace, and they were bound. But the king said, now look, I see four men loosed and walking about in the midst of the fire without harm. And the appearance of the fourth is like a son of the gods. When the king looked in at the three men, well, the claws that had bound their wrists together, the ropes, they had burned off them. They had come into even a greater place of liberty. But not only that, one who looked like the son of the gods was walking among them. Well, I'm convinced that that was Jesus Christ himself. God has only one begotten son. And Jesus made himself known to them, all because they decided that they're going to be faithful. And I'm telling you, God is going to walk with us through any fiery furnace when we do not give in to fear and we refuse to succumb to the pressures that are around us. Well, then we read that concerning the condition of these men, that the king called them out of the fire, and it says that these men had no effect of the fire on their bodies, nor was their hair tinged, nor were their trousers damaged, nor had the smell of fire even come upon them. I think that's amazing. If you and I walk through a trial and we refuse to succumb to fear, if we remain loyal to God and don't bow our knees to anything, God lets us know that the effects of the trial will not be upon us. Others might go through that trial, and you can smell the sulfur of the bad effects of what happened to them. But God has a promise for the children of God. If we walk through that fire and we trust in the Lord, the smell of that season will not be upon us, and we will walk out of that season with a memory that Jesus was with us. God bless you. Thank you so much for being a part of this blog today, and I hope it's a blessing to you.